Juan Rivera. It's too bad that the incumbent's not here. But I know where she stands on this question here. Would you say you're an advocate for veterans, and why?
Thank you, Joe Heck. I would certainly say that I'm an advocate for veterans, being a veteran, and actually still wearing the uniform. And I think I'm an advocate because of the position that I have within the military as a physician. You know, other than the chaplaincy and the medical corps, you know, we're the guys and the gals whose our only purpose is to ensure the mental and physical well-being of our service members, and that carries over after they become veterans. And there's a big, as you all know, I mean, we have over 300,000 veterans, you know, in Southern Nevada. We have over 30,000 retirees. Those retirees are clamoring for health care here in this state, as was previously mentioned. And sure, they're building the VA hospital, but they've yet to appropriate the money to staff it. So it's not going to do us any good to have a facility that's open and nobody there to work and take care of the veterans. My position is I'm a uniformed service member that's going to take care of uniformed service members, and I'm a veteran taking care of veterans.
Barry Michaels. I was in the service many years ago for a short time, so I don't know if I didn't say that I'm a veteran, but I am certainly in favor of taking care of our military, both active and retired military. And I'm just, certain things that really appall me that I just realized a couple of days ago, that number one, that guys, unfortunately, that lose their lives in Iraq or Iran, they basically have no insurance. And I was just amazed that the insurance was cut out or very limited. I'm not sure, because I got two opinions, that one, that there is no insurance, and the other, that there's a very small policy, that although they can buy into a policy. But I think, for one thing, the United States ought to fund an insurance policy for those that lose their lives in the service of their country. And the other thing is that I also learned somebody that works for me, who actually is retired, had lost his ability to get on the base. Apparently that was cut out a couple of years ago, where they took his ID card away from him. And I just think that we need to take care of our military, both sides, in a much better way than we do. That's all I can say at this moment.
David Hensey. You may figure out where I lean towards, but do you consider yourself to be socially or fiscally conservative, or the other way? And if so, why?
Joe Heck, I would consider myself to be both a social and fiscal conservative. Have been, I think I demonstrated that during my time in the state Senate. I've always held those values, will continue to hold those values in that position when I go to Washington, D.C.
Barry Michaels. I consider myself to be a fiscal conservative and liberal on social issues, and that's why I'm an independent. I mean, I cannot go along with certain things of the spending in terms of the bailouts. I think those are very harmful to the country. They don't work, and if a company can't make it in business, they ought to go out of business. On the social aspect, I believe everybody should have health care or access to health care. At this moment, God, I'm losing it here. I don't remember what I should talk about here, other than, yeah, I've got a lot of plans that I believe could help the country a lot. One of the problems that this country has that most people don't talk about is our financial institutions. The financial institutions are basically non-operating. I see it every day. There are no loans available, business loans or personal loans. The only way banks are functioning today is by raising rates and raising interest rates. And that's not going to cut it for banks. You're going to see more and more banks going out of business over the next couple of years. And nobody talks about it because there's no simple solution to it. And we've got to come up with a solution, because until we do, the economy is going to suffer. There's no money for building. There's no money for manufacturing. I mean, try buying an automobile today. I mean, the pool of borrowers, every day that we goes by, the pool of borrowers gets smaller and smaller, less and less qualified, and the qualifications go higher and higher. So that pool is going to go small. It's just going to be eliminated. So we've got to do something to solve this problem. Thank you.
Dr. Richard Hawkins. What would you choose as the single most important thing that Congress could stop spending on that would improve the economy by not doing it?
Joe Heck, the single thing that government should stop spending money on to control the deficit is government. You know, I'm a proponent of, you know, I was in the military, like a BRAC commission. Let's look at government offices, government agencies. Let's decide which ones are serving a purpose or not anymore, which ones have grown past what they were originally intended to do, have far outstripped their usefulness, and let's stop spending on government. When you look at the stimulus package that was recently passed and the jobs created, the vast majority of those jobs were government jobs. And it was the growth of government programs. Very little of that money went into the private sector. So if you want to control the deficit, and you want to attack it from a sense where we can accomplish two goals, control the deficit and shrink government, then government has got to stop spending on government.
Barry Michaels again. One of the problems that we have is that we don't have a lot of play in the budget right now to stop spending. If we stop spending tomorrow, it wouldn't solve the problems, because by next year, I believe it is, 73 cents out of every dollar that comes into the government is going to go out to debt, just to service the debt. So we've got to do something. Every year that goes by, the debt goes up and up. So we've got to do something. And one of the ways I think we've got to do it is in business. I used to look at, people used to say you cut your cost, and you cut your cost. Well, you can only cut your cost so much. You have to increase revenue.